Well guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's a pretty monumental day here on the homestead. It's been a long time coming. I'm really excited. Today is the first day of framing of our house. What a crazy thing to say. Got a long journey ahead of us, but man, we're blessed and we're excited to get going. And so what I'm going to start in the back. I'm going to do the back wall. I'm going to do the front wall. I'm going to do the two gable ends. Throw this roof up, get this front porch on, and get this thing up in a timely manner, as long as the weather will cooperate. But really excited. So got my tool belt on, tool pouch, and got my hammer ready, got my pencil sharpened. I'm ready to rock. But wanted to show you one thing that I found. Talk about being frugal and trying to save money where you can. Something that Leah and I love are antiques, and we found two old farmhouse doors up in PA, about 25 minutes from me, off of an old farm. They're redoing the house, and beautiful solid doors. The only thing is this front door has one pane out, so I'm gonna have to have a glass maker cut me a piece of glass. But besides that, we're really excited. They're really beautiful. So I got the measurements for that back door. It's a little skinnier than the front door, but I'm gonna get the rough out dimensions in, and I'm gonna start framing this puppy. So I'm just gonna put you on time lapse, and you're gonna kind of follow along with me. I'm just like with the shed here. That's the first thing I've ever framed through and through from start to finish. So I was really thankful I did that. It gave me a lot of insight on what I'm doing, on how to frame, where you can go really wrong if you're not paying attention. So I think that was a good decision in doing that first, because at the end of the day, it's just a shed. But at the end of the day, this is our house. So definitely want to take it a little more cautiously, slowly, double check, triple check. And yeah, so I'm just gonna put you on, take you along with me, and we're gonna go for it. So stay tuned. All right, we're back, day 2. Just gonna pick up where we left off, and I'll show you what we got done last night. So we got the main gist of the back left wall, just over a third of the wall framed up. Just gotta do the jack studs and then kind of frame out the headers for the back door and then the kitchen sink window. But yeah, it looks really good. Just gonna pick up where I left off here. Just a little snippet, I picked up this 2x12 by 12 footer from a yard sale, and it's stamped number 2 or better, and it's got a little paint on it, but I paid literally 50 cents for it. Gotta love it. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna cut out for this header for this back door. I know it's a little overkill, but it's what I got, and I paid 50 cents for it, so can't beat it. Well, we had my in-laws over for dinner, so I took a little break, but we're out here now, got everything else tacked down. And for this door header, it is a little overkill, but hey, this 2x12 was 50 cents. And the nice thing is my rough out opening is I actually have just a little bit extra room here to work with, but I don't have to do any cripples in here, so that saves time. So, and it was a 50-cent board, so, and it'll be super strong. So you can't really complain when it's overbuilt. So my next step is I'm going to run over here, and this window I already got all ready to rock. I just have to create the header. I'm just going to do a 2x6 header for this one, and I'm going to get it framed up. I'm going to do the jacks, I'm going to do the cripples, and I'm going to have everything from this stud all the way to the end stud. I'm going to have it completely done. And the good thing is the rest of this back wall, there's only one window, and the rest of it's a 16 on center. So I should have, my goal is today's Tuesday, by Friday I want this entire wall to be ready for sheathing. So that's my plan. All right, well, next day, another day of framing, but before we start framing, I wanted to show you what I picked up a couple weeks ago. It's been sitting in the back of my truck, but I need to unload it. But we picked up our standby generator for our off-grid homestead system. It's a 2016. It's slightly used, got about 100 hours on it, but it was in really nice shape. I bought it off of a company that did service for it, and it's a 8.5 kilowatt Kohler, runs off of propane, and I'm really excited. I paid half of what I would have paid if I got it brand new, so I got a really good deal on it. So I'm gonna take the old John Deere and offload it so I can make some space, because tomorrow we're picking up our siding. Well, that went really well with the generator. So now we're going to get back over here. Last night I ended with getting the window about done, the kitchen sink window. And I was wrapping up and I was looking at the plans, and I was double checking my rough opening, because my architect who gave me that drew out our plans, she has a window schedule with all our rough out openings for the windows that we're using, yada yada. So the window was 10 feet 10 inches and 1/8 wide by 3 feet 3 feet and 7/8 of an inch. And my dumb brain, going too fast, thought that was 30 inches. If anyone knows math, 30 inches is not 3 feet. 36 inches is 3 feet. So I was all done, and I looked, I measured, I was like, 30 inches. I was like, it's not 3 feet. And I went back and I looked, and sure enough, it was 3 feet, 36 inches. So I just spent the last 10 minutes, I didn't have my camera, but I had to tear out all the jacks, the rough sill, and my 2x6 header. And I have to start over. And this, I mean, you know, the biggest thing is to take your time and to triple check everything, because this isn't your regular profession. You know, I'm not a carpenter by trade. I'm a DIY person, so this isn't something I do on a daily basis, and I messed up. And it could have been easy to say, you know what, fine, I can go on, but I don't know if you know anything about custom windows. They're very hard to find, and they're very expensive, and they're really hard to match your regular window package. So I kind of eat a little humble pie here, redo this window, do it right, and I think it'll make everything go a lot smoother. So I learn, you know, just gotta learn it. You gotta learn. You learn as you go, but you have to have the discipline to realize when you make a mistake, you got to fix it. And it takes a little more time. You might tear up a piece of wood, but you got to fix it. So that's what I'm going to do now before we got church tonight. So I'm going to get this wrapped up before then. So let's see what we can do. Everybody, it's next morning. It's an early Saturday morning. I wanted to wait until the sun got up, but I'm actually driving a couple hours west, driving through some beautiful country here in Lower Pennsylvania. It's absolutely gorgeous out here, and going to pick up a propane tank for the farm. It's really nice. It's a used, refurbished 325 gallon. And it's a big boy. It'll fit in the back of my truck, but we'll have the tailgate down. But I'm obviously, like some of you guys, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but we are going to be off grid. You know, we're going to be run by solar. And like you saw earlier in this video, I picked up that 8.5 Kohler 8.5 kilowatt Kohler generator, and that's obviously run off of propane. So that's kind of where we're coming from. We want to have, you know, most residential homes where I'm at in northeastern Maryland, the average style is an upright 125 gallon. So not a lot of folks sell these bigger tanks in my area, so I had to drive, it's about 2 hours west, and gonna pick it up from a guy. So it'll obviously, you know, our hot water heater, our stove, those will both be run off of propane, and then also obviously, like I said, the generator. So we definitely want to have an extended amount of storage on it, so you know we only have to fill it up you know, not very often. So yeah, so we'll I'll keep you posted. We're just gonna enjoy the morning driving through the countryside, and I'll pick it back up when we get to the propane place. All right, so we made it back successfully. Here's this beautiful propane tank. Again, it's a 325 gallon. She's a beast. She's just over 8 feet. So she made it, but just about. Had to put the tailgate down, but it works. So I'm gonna get some chains and some straps and get this hooked up, and then bring the John Deere over here and get her offloaded. All right, well, it's a little later in the evening, but I just wanted to get you another shot of this beautiful propane tank. Really excited about this. I just got it set up here. More than likely, I'm gonna put it on the other side of the rock wall behind the shed, so it's out of the way and nice and protected and far enough away from the house. So now I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna finish framing out that back wall. So all the studs, bottom plate, top plate will be done. Now I just need to tack on the top, or the double top plate, sheath it, and then that wall will be completely done. I'm not sure if I'm going to sheath it. What I'm thinking about doing is framing out the front wall, and then I'll sheath both of them at the same time. So we'll see, but let's get to framing. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up tonight. Essentially, I just have to tack in just the jacks on this bedroom window. I got the header in. I just gotta do the jacks and the rough sill and the little cripples, and I'll be done. That'll take me half hour at most. So for the most part, all in all, this wall is ready for sheathing, and that's awesome. I'm just so excited that this is where we're at. This is a great feeling. And that was just really just a week on the life of what we do out here, and miscellaneous trips and getting things for the homestead and the generator and the propane tank, and just all a bunch of stuff. But in the meantime, just every night working little by little, just chipping away at this big boy, 36 footer. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish that all up tomorrow, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get everything framed out on the front wall. Once that wall is done, then I'll sheathe both of them. Then we're ready to stand them up. So that's really exciting. So I do ask, if you did like it, give it a like. If you would consider subscribing, sharing it to others. And I really do appreciate you watching. My wife and I really get a joy of seeing some of the comments and some of the likes that we get. It's really nice. So again, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.